Hi, I'm Brandon, and today I'm taking my second look at Michael Siebert. Someone recommended I give him another look, so I thought, why not? He's the guy that showed up to 2 different stings. So let's start with his wiki page here. It says, before getting caught in the sting, Siebert was dropped on his head as a baby. Okay, that's good way to start the story. Unfortunately, it left a scar on his head, causing him to suffer from seizures, and he suffered from many mental health issues. So I don't know if this caused him to behave the way he does, but the thing is, regardless if it does or not, people can't do this kind of thing, so he either needs to be locked in a mental institution or somewhere. He can't just be set free, even if it's not technically his fault. But I don't know what the science says on that, but I think you're ultimately responsible for your actions. Anyways, let's continue. It says, Siebert was arrested and sentenced to a year in jail after chasing a man and assaulting him with a baseball bat, although the reason why he did so remains unknown, possibly due to the man making fun of Siebert because of his impairments. What makes them think that? They're just guessing? You need to make the information in these wiki pages accurate, so I don't know what they're basing that on. But anyways, it says he worked at a grocery store and lived in Southern California. In December of 2005, 25-year-old Siebert made contact with a perverted justice decoy posing as an underage girl. He immediately inquired about the decoy's development of her body, and he questioned what kind of experience she had and asked a bunch of very inappropriate questions about her body. He kept asking her whether she wanted to meet with him and whether that she would engage in illegal activity with him. We know exactly what we're talking about here. Siebert then sent her inappropriate pictures of his body, and after that he worriedly solicited the size of her bra and said he would go to jail if her parents found out about them. And then he just kept all his worries were forgotten as he kept saying more and more inappropriate things. He promised to bring condoms, and he he continued to tell the decoy what he was doing while they're talking. And apparently his English skills aren't very good because he said, quote, "I am jack off." Okay. Smart man, this Michael Siebert. And he kept repeatedly asking her to do inappropriate things with him for the rest of the chat. And from there, he headed out to meet this person, and from there, we're going to go straight over to the Sting house and see what happens the first time Michael Siebert showed up. What the hell is that? Not only does he look like a rat, he just scurries like a rat. Imagine watching your security cam one day and then you just see this. What the hell? He just comes running out of the darkness. I'm assuming that's his car right there, but it looks like he just emerges from the shadows like he's some kind of vampire. What kind of run is that? What the hell? That doesn't even look human there. What the hell is that? Yeah, he's smiling.
What? I have to finish brushing my teeth. Okay.
Dell's dad just has very strict rules in this house. Always keep your teeth clean and never ever bleed on the rug or you will get shot.
Okay, the bathroom.
What do you say? Can I go to the bathroom?
Hey,
just do Alonzo Wade and just go outside on the front step.
Sir, just come on over here for a minute, please.
Okay.
Then sit down on the stool for me.
Okay.
Right there, great. And please keep your hands out of your pockets. What's going on?
Not much.
What are you up to tonight?
Yes.
Can't remember if I said this last time, but I have a friend that just looks very, very similar to this guy if you took away the rat DNA. If you made this guy look like a normal guy. Yeah, I have a friend named... Actually, his name's Michael as well. Although I hope he's not watching this because he might not take that as a compliment. He's actually a totally normal-looking, cool guy, but... yeah, this something went wrong with Michael Siebert here.
Talking to her, that's it?
Yeah, talking to who?
The Evie.
Evie?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's the... We just saw the scar on his head there. So that's the scar from when he was dropped on the head as a baby. So did that make him I don't want to be people give me shit for being mean to the Predator sometimes. like just for making fun of their appearance, but he doesn't. He looks like he kind of looks weird. Like that's like not a normal. Like looks like something's wrong with him. Was that caused by the brain damage as a baby, or would he have just looked like this anyway? And the damage from falling on his head just gave him mental problems and seizures. But yeah, I'm guessing that's what that is there.
Evie?
Evie?
Yeah.
And do you know how old Evie is?
Like you could just tell by like the look in his eyes that like he's not all there.
13.
13. And how old are you?
18.
And his like lips are just like always curled up like that, where his like front teeth are just always showing whenever he's just like resting his face.
18. You want to try again?
25, son.
25. And why did
Yeah, he can't even stick with a lie for like more than 2 seconds.
you think it was okay to come here and have a meeting with Evie if she's 13 years old?
I know. Sorry about that.
What was your plan here?
Nothing, just talk to her. That's it.
Look at his eyes here. Yeah, he wasn't just there to talk, obviously. Like it was very clear in his chat. The way he described it in the wiki page, he was just like, that's all he talked about. He just like would pester her over and over again with specific acts, and he also sent her pictures of his parts. So yeah, he did not have good intentions.
Just talk to her.
Yeah. That's it.
Then why did you send pictures of yourself like this to her?
Like how Chris doesn't even want to say the word. Pictures of your something like this.
Oops.
Oops.
Unless it's so weird looking, kind of like him, that you couldn't actually call it a penis. It's like, why would you send her pictures of whatever this thing is?
I will never do it again. Promise.
Never do it again.
Yep.
Is that just how he's gotten away with trouble before in his life? I promise never do it again. After he violently beats a guy with a baseball bat in court, he's just like, I promise I'll never do it again. Oops. Is that like his excuse? It must have worked before, because as you see, the next time he gets caught, he says the exact same thing. It's just like, I promise I won't do this again.
Take off my list. Never talk to her again.
And you say a lot of
And if he's talking to, if he gets caught twice doing this, guaranteed he wasn't just talking to those two people. I don't think anyone's that unlucky. He was probably trying to chat up any minor he possibly could. So we're not just going to trust him that, okay, yeah, he won't talk to this one minor anymore. I think he thinks that this is the dad that he's talking to. So he's like, I'll take her off the list. I won't talk to this girl anymore. He's not saying he won't talk to other girls, because guaranteed he will. But he's just like, yeah, I won't talk to this one.
sexually charged things to her for a 13-year-old girl.
Like dog barking. Dog's like, I saw a rodent running around here.
I know what I did wrong. Okay. It will never happen again.
Okay. Go ahead, you can move.
Okay.
So yeah, I think at that point, like I've heard before, that they didn't air this footage, this segment originally, because they could tell that something was wrong with him, that he was like mentally handicapped or whatever, so they didn't air this. It wasn't until he showed up in the next one, got caught again, that they're like, okay, now it's newsworthy. But you could tell even there, like Chris doesn't even say like, I'm Chris Hansen and we're here and the cameras come out. I think he's just like, yeah, this guy's clearly a bit slow. There's something wrong with him, and you know, maybe it's not right to do this. So they just let him go.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, and even just the way he like moves, like something's up with him. All right, so we'll head back to the wiki page here to see what happened after this first encounter. It says, during his police interview, Siebert admitted that he had treatments for seizures and that the scar on his head was induced by a fall when he was a newborn. Siebert was originally charged with 4 felonies, and he was initially held without bail before being released. Now we're on to the second encounter. While Siebert was charged in connection with the Riverside sting, the one we just saw, he was eventually released on bail. 8 months later, while awaiting the outcome of his initial charge, he attempted to commit the same crime with a girl he thought was underage, even using the same screen name he was caught using the first time. He stated that he needed a girlfriend that was over 18 before asking the decoy very graphic questions. He admitted being caught in the Riverside sting and stated that he did not want that to happen again. He repeatedly asked the girl if she was a cop. Siebert then asked if she wanted to perform acts on him and if she had a friend that could come over so they could all do it. Yeah, he stated his intent to do. He just described exactly what he wanted to do to her. It is very graphic. At one point, Siebert repeatedly told the decoy to stop messaging him, although every time the decoy reminded him that he didn't have to talk to her, he continued the conversation, failing to understand that as a grown man, he should have stopped talking to her altogether. So, yeah, he keeps telling her to stop talking to him, but then every time she talks to him, he keeps talking to her and saying very, very graphic stuff. Yeah, he's just weird. Okay, so from there, we're going to head back on over to the second Sting house in Long Beach and see what happened the second time that Michael Siebert showed up.
Hey, come here.
Here he is.
Okay, we're not messing around with this guy.
We're not messing around with this. Well, I mean, you're messing around with him a little bit.
You do not let him get within 6 feet of you, 8 feet of you.
So I think the reason he's saying that is if you watch Piss Hansen's commentary channel, he actually had Danny, this decoy, on the show. And she said, because this is one of the, I think the only guy that ever actually, not him, not this guy here, Michael Siebert, but at this sting, it showed one of the predators hugged her. But she said that I think it was like 6 different guys hugged her. One guy even kissed her on the mouth. So she was not against letting the guys get close. I guess she was just very brave. So like she wanted them to do that, but she was willing to let him get that close. So I think maybe that's why Frag was like, in this case, this guy has a history of violence and he's weird as hell. Do not let him get anywhere near you. Because I mean, like, he doesn't look that big. Like, he's not like a physically imposing guy, but if he's prone to violence and he thinks he's here alone with a teen girl, like, God knows what he's capable of.
Just me.
Oh.
Promise, my parents.
And okay, let's watch that again.
Do not let him get within 6 feet of you, 8 feet of you.
Yeah, so he's like, come out. So yeah, he's obviously nervous because of what happened last time. But does he not remember? Like, it was only 8 months ago. And yeah, there was a strange man in the house, but there was also a whole shitload of cops outside that were hiding. He didn't see the cops last time when he pulled up outside. So now when he doesn't see them, it doesn't mean they're not there. They're just across the street. They're hiding somewhere. So you just coming in, oh, come on out. Who else is in there? Clearly, if it's a sting, they're going to be lying to you. They're not just going to be like, oh yeah, there's that same guy in a suit's in here with us and the cops are outside. Like, he just thinks he's so smart outwit the police.
Just me.
Oh.
Promise, my parents are gone.
You know, you look familiar to me.
Oops. Why'd you
That's right.
Yeah, again, that's all he says. Oops.
Oops, he's done it again.
Michael, right?
Oops, sorry.
Do you remember who I am?
Can I guess go?
No. I remember he's like, last time they just let him go. Well, yeah, Chris just let him go, but he got arrested immediately outside. He has to be smart enough to realize that the same thing is likely to happen again.
What are you doing here, Michael?
I'm sorry.
You were just in court.
And he's just like, yeah, again, the only thing he could do, he's not smart enough to come up with an elaborate excuse. All he could do is, and you could tell he's agitated. He's like rubbing his head.
Court on Friday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what happened in court on Friday?
He said more time.
More time before the next court date.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
You weren't supposed to use that more time to commit the same crime again.
but I did.
Okay. But you got to explain to me why or how you thought it was okay after having a court date stemming from our last visit.
Yeah, you could tell he's agitated. He's like rubbing his face.
And then, within 24 hours, you show up at this house to meet another young girl. What are you thinking about?
Yeah, this guy's fucked. I wondered, like, does he react like this because, like, he knows it's in trouble? Or he knows he's in trouble, but it's too much, like, brain power required to talk his way out of this? All he knows how to do is, I'm sorry, I won't do it again, I promise. But he's trying to, like, think of a way out and trying to deal with this, but it's just so overwhelming that he's just doing this. This is kind of scary.
Now, you know
I know it.
you know what you said online, right?
Yeah.
And Chris is, like, kind of confronting him a little bit more this time. But he's definitely talking very softly. Like, he didn't talk to John Doopy like this. With John Doopy, he's just, like, explain yourself. He was being very hard with him. With this guy, he's like talking very, very softly. So I think he knows like this guy could snap at any second. He's got mental issues and he's just kind of weird. But this guy is bad. Like just because he has those problems, like I think there's people that feel sorry for him. And I mean, it's unfortunate that he has mental problems. But we can't just allow people that are a massive danger to society, not only to minors, but just to like everyone else as well. He just attacked some guy with a bat, and now he's repeatedly trying to do this with underage people. Like he's kind of a danger, so he can't just be out walking around because it's quote not his fault. If people think that.
How old is this girl?
No.
13. She told you she was 13.
Yeah, and I told her to go away. She keeps eyeing me back.
You asked if she...
Yeah, and that might be true. She kept messaging him back, but the thing is, you initiated it first. You reached out first, and you kept repeating the contact. If you had a broken off contact, they would have given up on you because they're not going to keep trying to arrest a guy who's just not playing along. Like if you just ignore them, there'd be nothing they could do. The only reason they kept messaging you is probably because they knew you're the same guy and they really needed to catch you. But you could have just broken it off at any time, and you didn't. You just kept, every time you told them to stop messaging you, you kept talking to them and then saying extremely graphic things. And you still drove to the house, so you can't blame it on her.
She's got naked pictures of herself. You ask if she performs oral sex, what color her underwear is. Now, Michael, you know this is not right to do this, right? We had this very same conversation in Riverside, California.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like rubbing his eyes. He's not dealing with this well.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And right then, you told me that you knew this was wrong.
I know.
And that you would never, ever do it again. And that turned out to be a lie, didn't it, Michael?
I promise this time.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, absolutely. There's absolutely no doubt that you might not be telling the truth, Michael. After, like, most of these guys, when they promise to do it again, you can't believe them. You literally promised not to do it again and then immediately did it again. I think you're the only guy on the show that got caught in 2 different stings. So you're the last guy of a list of every predator that we would believe.
Rip it up. I'll never come back.
What was the deadly weapon you used in the assault?
Bat.
And who did you go after with the bat? Some guy.
Just some guy, I don't know, just whoever was nearby.
I? Is there anything else you want to tell me, Michael?
I know I did wrong.
You did wrong.
Can I go?
Michael, you can go, but I'm going to remind you that I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing another story on adults who try to meet kids on the internet for sex.
I know I did wrong.
You can go. You can go right now. You can walk right out that door.
I think Chris is trying to encourage him, like, you can walk out, and by that, I mean, get the hell out of here because you're weirding everyone out.
Any cops out there?
That's not up to me, Michael.
Yeah, it is.
You can just tell, even the way like Chris is like crossing his arms, it just seems like he's just very uncomfortable with this guy. I think once they found out, they knew. I guess they knew his history of assault. I don't know if they found out before or after the last sting because they didn't mention it, but they mentioned it like in Chris recording his dialogue after the sting. So it's possible they found out afterwards. And they're like, oh shit, this guy's coming back and he has a history of violence and we already know he's damn weird. So like they probably just got all, and the way Frag was talking to Danny, don't let him come near you. They're probably all freaked out over this guy. And so they're just being precautious. Being cautious, I mean.
Not the police. So why don't you go ahead, Michael? It's time to go.
He sees him out there.
I need a bathroom.
No, you're not using the bathroom.
Michael, you're going to have to go outside.
What was his plan, just to go into the bathroom and just hide and hope they eventually forgot about him?
I know I hear him. Walk out, get on your knees.
Like the others, Siebert is charged with an attempted lewd act upon a child. He pleaded no contest. His lawyer says Siebert has severe mental issues.
Yeah, I think we kind of noticed. That's not a defense, though. Like, I mean, like, in a way, it's kind of a defense, but it's not just, they can't help it, just let him go, no punishment for them, because you can't have people like this doing this kind of stuff and attacking people in public. These guys are dangerous. Anyways, let's head over to the wiki page and find out what happened to Michael Siebert after this. Michael Siebert left the house and was immediately arrested. He admitted that he still lived with his mother and that she would kill him when she found out about his second arrest. After being arrested again, the court set Seibert's bail at $1.1 million. Yeah, that might be the highest of all of them. Long Beach Superior Court Judge Bradford Andrews usually gave the predators caught in the Long Beach sting lenient sentences due to thinking that they were lonely, desperate people who took their fantasies too far. Yeah, that's what the judge actually said about most of these guys. He actually bought into the lonely defense. Yeah, crazy. However, Judge Andrews noted that Siebert would anticipate facing far harsher punishments than the other predators arrested, since any past offenses immediately revoked the possibility of making a plea deal with prosecutors. Steve Harmon, the attorney representing Siebert, opined in an interview that he found it very disturbing that perverted justice was on the internet trolling or fishing for men who wouldn't have had the intention to get into this trouble but were led into it. Is he on crazy pills? That is the exact opposite of what they do. They don't troll for men who wouldn't get into this trouble if they were not led into it. They only find guys who are actively trying to do this. All they do is put up a profile that looks like a young girl or boy, an underage one, and these guys reach out to them. They reach out to them first. They bring up sex first. They do everything first. The decoy doesn't. They don't go around just luring innocent men. And the thing is, kids can't consent. If you assault a minor or try to, you can't claim that they enticed you to do it. How do they entice you? Just by just being there? They're just online, and that's just too much for some guys to resist. So they're just led into it. They don't trick any of these guys into coming. Even idiots like Siebert. These guys all deserve it. I can't believe that there's people. I mean, he is a defense attorney. It's his job to defend these guys that it's almost impossible to defend. But seriously, that's crazy thinking. And once you get like judges that think along the same lines, like, good God, how can you not realize these guys are bad and dangerous? Harmon added that Siebert had suffered from very severe mental issues due to the brain injury he suffered when he was a baby. In 2008, Siebert was convicted and found guilty, and he could have faced a sentence of 10 to 20 years in prison for the numerous crimes he committed, but he was instead sentenced to 3.5 years in prison for his involvement in the Long Beach sting. Following that, he was sentenced to 1.5 years in prison for his involvement in the Riverside sting, to be served concurrently with his previous sentence. Like, why concurrently? You do things twice, you should get twice the punishment. After his release, Siebert was put on probation and was required to register as an offender for the rest of his life. He also moved back in with his parents. What do you mean back in with his parents? It said, didn't he already live with them? And very little is known about his life post-Dateline. Okay, that's a little bit interesting that he says he's moving in with his parents, but before he said his mom would kill him for getting caught again. Wouldn't he be like more scared of his dad, or is his dad just does his mom wear the pants in the family and she's the one he's more scared of? According to his Megan's Law profile, he has been classed as an above-average risk offender. In 2021, YouTuber The Skip Tracer tracked down and contacted a number belonging to Seibert's father, Charles. According to Seibert's father, his son had been in the hospital for the last 4 weeks, undergoing massive surgery, although the reason was not stated. The Skip Tracer offered to call back in a couple weeks to speak with him, but the elder Siebert inquired who the Skip Tracer was with. The Skip Tracer emphasized that he wasn't a journalist, but still told Seibert's father he was doing a follow-up investigation on the To Catch a Predator sting, and was wondering if his son had anything to say regarding what he's been up to or how he felt about the sting. While Seibert's father sounded noticeably exasperated, the Skip Tracer asked if he had anything to say about whether or not Michael had been doing good since the sting, to which Seibert's father replied that he had, quote, no comment at the moment. Skip Tracer took this as a hint not to call again and wished his son well before hanging up. 2024 update. Siebert was seen by a fan working at a hardware store, and the fan was able to take 2 photos of him. Another picture was posted of Siebert more close up, while the user claimed that he overheard Siebert boasting to another coworker about how he did something. I don't want to read it here, but you can read it yourself. But it doesn't involve a minor, but it involves an act with a girl. Yeah, it's kind of gross. I just don't want to read it because YouTube seems to to want to censor me a lot. Under trivia, it says Siebert was initially unaired in the Riverside episode, while his uncut interview would later be uploaded to the MSNBC subscription service, and a sample of his Riverside interview and interrogation shown in the Long Beach episode. Only parts of his uncut Long Beach segment have been recovered and edited together to create a more complete interaction. Previously, Siebert only had a very brief verifier phone call released, where he immediately told the decoy he was sitting here being bored, in quotes, before asking if he could call her back. But when Morticia recovered his file from a perverted justice archive in 2024, he had roughly half an hour worth of unreleased calls with the decoy, which included him making hilariously obnoxious noises imitating a baby. What the hell? And when the decoy told him her aunt had recently given birth. What the hell is wrong with this guy? The decoy says her aunt had given birth, so he makes obnoxious baby noises. Yeah, this guy is kind of messed up. And they have some more modern pictures. He kind of looks the same, just older. And then they have the pictures of him taken to the hardware store, if you want to go to the wiki page and check him out. So yeah, this guy, he is memorable. He's known for his oops, his the thing he said both times, but he's also this guy's, I don't know, I think he's dangerous, but let me know what you think. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone, and thanks to the person that recommended this. Let me know if there are any other predators you want me to cover or to cover a second time. And if you want to help support me, feel free to sign up for my Patreon, where I have a whole lot of videos on there, like 170 or so. Takedown with Chris Hansen and a whole bunch of other interrogations and other things that I can't show here on YouTube. So if you want to help support me, that would be greatly appreciated. But I'll always have a whole lot of videos coming here on this channel. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.